Alrighty, happy Wednesday, June the 14th, 2 Corinthians 7:1. So then, dear friends, since we have these promises, let us cleanse ourselves from every impurity of the flesh and spirit, bringing holiness to completion in the fear of God. Paul's admonition, cleanse ourselves. Paul actually includes himself in this admonition. He says, let us cleanse ourselves. See, a couple of weeks ago, and I'm going to mention this a little bit, James told us to cleanse your hands. Paul says, let us cleanse ourselves. How do we cleanse? Well, first of all, we have to recognize the conviction of the Spirit of God. We have to recognize that God's Spirit within us lets us know when we sin. We have to see sin the way God sees sin. Can I just be honest? God detests sin. God hates sin. We try to excuse sin. We want to make excuses because of our humanity or our brokenness or our fallenness. You know, the Bible defines sin as missing the mark. More than that, though, sin is filth. Sin is a corruption of God's design and plan and will. You see, God desires holiness. God desires righteousness. God desires purity. Why don't you think about it this way? When Paul is writing here in 2 Corinthians that we are to cleanse ourselves, think of a perfect brand new snowfall that you wake up in the morning and snow has fallen all night long, and you look out the window as the sun's just hitting it, and you see the sparkle and you see the brightness, and it's blinding in its perfection. And then imagine that exact same snowfall corrupted by an oil spill. Black. Just nastiness over the top of God's clean, beautiful holiness. Or Think of slinging a dark, black, soupy mud onto a perfectly white bed sheet. That's what sin looks like. When we make excuses for sin, we're making excuses for that kind of a corruption of God's holiness. God tells us how to clean it up. First of all, we're supposed to avoid sin. And if not, we're supposed to confess and repent, to turn from our sin. 2 Corinthians 7:1. So then, dear friends, since we have these promises, let us cleanse ourselves from every impurity of the flesh and spirit, bringing holiness to completion in the fear of God. See you next time.